Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Hello.
Evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir. Good evening to you all. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Okay,
Good
okay.
evening, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening to you all.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening to all. So, now to start, to wait for some others. Now to start, or to wait for some others, because others are joining now. Others are joining now. So just take, as you know that today is the last uh, that's block of our ongoing MEG-5 literary criticism and theory. Yes or no? Last.
Yes, sir. Good
Sir.
evening, sir.
Good
Yes, sir.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening to all. Good evening. Good evening to all. So today is the last block to come to an end. Okay. To end the session today, we have to start the last block of MEG-5, that is contemporary literary theory. Contemporary literary theory. Okay. Contemporary literary theory. So, you know the meaning of the word contemporary? Almost all of you are aware of the word or the meaning of the word
Yes, sir.
contemporary. Means persons living at the same time. Persons, very simple meaning, ordinary meaning. Persons living at same time. So what is the meaning of contemporary theory? What is the meaning of contemporary theory? Contemporary theory is a group of modern literary criticism. Contemporary theory is a group of modern literary criticism approaches such as feminist criticism and psychoanalytic criticism. Okay, they are known as being part of contemporary theory. Okay, these two, feminist criticism and the psychoanalytic, we'll discuss psychoanalytic because feminists already discussed, needless to again toss that word, the former. So the latter is to be discussed today, means psychoanalytic. Also, it is given here. Criticism and psychoanalytic criticism. They are known as being part of contemporary literary theory because they were formed in modern times, that is the 20th century and today. 20th century and today. Okay. So this is the meaning of contemporary theory. Actually, contemporary means, you know, that contemporary means the word contemporary means living or belonging to or occurring in the present. The word contemporary means living or belonging to occurring in the present. Okay. So next, as earlier I have been discussing with you, taking some important points in a nutshell. Also the same. So you knew what is the meaning of contemporary theory. Then why is literary theory important in contemporary times? Why is literary theory important in contemporary theory? Why is literary theory important in contemporary times? Contemporary times. Literary theory offers varying approaches for understanding the role of historical context in interpretation as well as the relevance of linguistic and unconscious elements of the text. Again repeating, literary theory offers discussion why is literary theory important in contemporary times. Literary theory offers varying a number of approaches for understanding the role of a historical context in interpretation as well as the relevance of linguistic and unconscious elements of the text. And third, what is the concept of literary theory? What is the concept of contemporary literary theory or literary theory? A literary theory, a literary theory is a. Are you listening? Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. So what is the concept of literary theory? A literary theory is a body of logically derived. A literary theory is a body of logically derived and not easily refutable ideas in a systematic order that we can use while we
Sir, after not
critically
easily, then
Sir, repeat, please.
assess. Okay, a literary theory. A literary theory is a body of logically derived and not easily refutable. Means you can deny refutable ideas in a systematic order that we can use while we critically interpret literary text. The definition
sir,
leads
please be
us
slow,
to
sir. Sir, we are not able to write.
hello.
Sir, please be little bit slow, sir. We are not able to write.
uh, we can use while we critically interpret a literary text. The definition leads us to the definition leads us to understand the act called literary criticism and the person called a literary critic. Then what are the four contemporary theories, literary theories? What are the four contemporary literary theories? Four of these theories are explained in this section: the expectancy theory, the equity theory, the goal setting theory, and the reinforcement theory. Again, discussing four of these theories are explained in
Well,
this
excuse
section.
me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Can you go a little bit slower because I don't understand. You are going fast.
Oh, becoming very hasty, hasty.
Can you repeat the last idea, please? Because I don't get it.
No, no, I am becoming very hasty. What you mean to say? That's quick, quick. So slow. I must be slow in speaking. That's what you say. Wait. Yes
Yes,
or
sir.
no? Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the four contemporary theories? Four of these theories means contemporary theories are explained in this section. So what are these four theories? The expectancy theory. Expect and Expectancy is from the word expect. The expectancy theory, the equity theory, the goal setting theory, and last one, the reinforcement theory. These are the four theories, contemporary theories. Then what is the main concept of contemporary theory? Concept of contemporary theory. What is the main concept? What is the main concept of contemporary theory? Now, now it's okay. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
contemporary means contemporary mean existing or occurring at the same time. Contemporary means, as I told, contemporary means existing or occurring at the same time. Contemporary is likely to apply to people. Contemporary is likely to apply to people and and uh, what relates to them and what relates to them. What is the meaning of Lewis, that is psychoanalysis. We'll discuss psychoanalysis. We will discuss what is the meaning of psychoanalysis, when was psychoanalysis founded. All these are coming under just another new discussion today to be discussed. It's not for now to be discussed. Okay, so the what you got now, were the main points about main concepts of contemporary theory, that the four contemporary theories, and why is literary theory important, and what is the meaning of contemporary theory. These were the basic points, principles for discussion in short. So now, so here we have to come across, you see, theory, Lacan's theory, okay, psychoanalysis. These are the terms we have to define here in our present ongoing discussion. So, that's contemporary literature is defined. Contemporary literature is defined contemporary literature is defined as a literature written after Second World War through the current day.
Sir, after literature.
Contemporary literature is defined as literature written after the Second World War. While there is a vague definition, there is not a clear-cut explanation of this concept. Only interpretation by scholars, only interpretation by scholars and academics. While there is some disagreement, most agree that contemporary literature is
Sir, one second.
more that's while there is uh, got while there is a vague means, sorry, this is a vague definition, means uncertain. There is not, it's not clear cut explanation, or there is not a
Sir,
clear
after a
cut.
scholar, sir, we are not able to write, sir. Sir, after a scholar, sir.
While there is this is a vague definition that came into being after the Second World War. This is a vague definition. There is not a clear-cut explanation of this concept, only interpretation by scholars. Only interpretation by scholars and academics. While there is some disagreement, means that disparities or dissensions arise. Most agree that contemporary literature is writing completed after 1940. Almost all people agree or arrive at a conclusion that it is a writing completed after 1940. So now, works of contemporary literature. Now just I am giving a clear idea about contemporary ideas, everything. Then after we have to switch over to the other discussions that we find in this context or in this block. Works of works of contemporary literature reflect a society's social. Works of contemporary literature reflect a society's social or political viewpoints shown through realistic characters, connections to current events, and socio-economic
Please
messages.
say again.
Okay, I'm repeating because it's important. Works of contemporary literature, if I feel that the lines are important, so again, I'm repeating, so it is to be noted down. Okay, works of contemporary literature reflect a society's social or political viewpoints. Society's social or political viewpoints shown through realistic characters. Shown through realistic characters. Connections to current events. Connections to current events and socio-economic messages and
Sir, connection to the
socio-economic messages. Hello.
yes, sir.
Huh.
Characters connection to the
Socio-economic. Socio-economic messages. The writers are also looking. The writers are also looking for trends that illuminate societal strengths and weaknesses to remind society at lessons they should learn and questions they should ask. The writers are also looking for trends that illuminate societal strengths, means strength of society, societal strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so there are many that strength and weaknesses almost all have shows the society have. So the societal strengths and weaknesses to remind society of lessons they should learn and questions they should ask. So when we think of a contemporary literature, so when we think of contemporary literature, we cannot simply look at a few themes or settings. So when we think of contemporary literature, we cannot simply look at a few themes or settings. Since society changes over time, so do the content and messages of this writing. Do you get me? As everything is changeable,
Sir, after
time and
society,
as society changes over time and time. Since society is changing. Okay, the temperament, comportment, or deportment of the people are also changing from time to time. So also the activities that people are doing in society are also changing. So since society changes over time, so do the content and the messages of this writing in contemporary society. So everything is changing. We mean to say changing. It's not static, it is
Yes, sir.
dynamic. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So it's not static, it is dynamic, means changeable. Today what you see, tomorrow something new. The day after tomorrow completely new. Okay, so changeable time to time. It's changing time to time. When we talk about contemporary literature, when we talk about contemporary literature and the start date of this level, we have to acknowledge, means find World War II and the surrounding events because it occurred or came into being after World War II, as earlier I told. The horrors of the war, horrors means that precarious situation of the war. You might have seen, you just experience what happens just after the war. Nowadays also happening in some countries. What's the consequences, or what are the consequences of the war you might be experiencing? So the horrors of the war means after Second World War, the horrors of war, including bombs, ground works, genocide, that's and corruption are the pathways to this type of literature. Because when many people died and many disappeared, starting from top to bottom, so crops also failed. People didn't get any that crop to eat or food, or that is edible material, it was not supplied to them in time or plentifully. So many untoward situations occurred or arose after World War II. People suffered a lot. Aftermath of the war, people suffered a lot. So made up their mind to be involved in some sort of heinous activities or heartrending or tear shedding activities in different ways, whether by that's doing corruption or stealing or browbeating in different ways. It is from these real life themes then we find the beginning of a new period of writing. Okay. So after World War II, many things occurred, many untoward situations occurred, people suffer a lot, and also uh, remained busy in doing some harmful activities and doing all such things. After that, a new life again came as it's changing. As earlier I told, it's changing. So society's lifestyle is changing from time to time. So society's lifestyle is changing from time to time. Today people are in bad condition. After some years, again the previous condition will be blotted out, and they will lead a very comfortable and happy life. So again, all these horrors of the war disappeared, and a new period uh, began, a beginning of a new period of writing. Contemporary writing style, contemporary writing style, that while time period is a factor, in contemporary writing style, time period is a factor. The style of writing also denotes the style of writing also the style of writing also denotes its place in the contemporary literature category. Typically, this stage of writing feels more real by nature. Typically, this style of writing feels more real by nature. Using
Sir,
regional
please repeat
diction,
after style, sir. Hello, sir. Please repeat, sir,
a
after style.
style of writing, the style of writing also denotes its place in the contemporary literature category. Contemporary literature category. Typically, typically, this style of writing feels more real by nature. Using regional and and slang means unwanted words and slang to capture the emotional themes behind the stories. Generally, contemporary literature generally contemporary literature refers to the works of prose. Generally, contemporary literature refers to the works of prose, poetry, and drama published since 1945. Since 1945. Generally, contemporary literature refers to the works of prose, poetry, and drama published since 1945. Precisely means briefly, precisely it refers to postmodernism. It refers to postmodernism and what has come afterwards. Postmodern means after what occurred after the war, postmodernism, and what has come afterwards. We'll discuss later on postmodernism. Contemporary literature reflects social and political viewpoints. Contemporary literature reflects social and political viewpoints.
Sir, excuse me,
So,
sir.
hello?
Sir, sir. Some students are waiting to let them in. You know, it's the last session today, so can you please tell the IT to let them in?
Hello? What you want
Yes,
to say?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Continue. First,
Sir,
note, note.
Masai, students are waiting in the classroom. So can you please tell RC to join them, to enter them in the class?
Okay, so let's continue because those have not yet joined because they called me to join as soon as possible. They called me. Okay, who persons of that ignore. So why is you are taking so much time to join and so as soon as possible you just allow them and join. Accept them. And so that's at the very start.
So they are
I
trying
joined.
to join in 25 minutes.
Okay, you try. So now postmodernism. Now postmodernism. So now you have to understand and know the meaning of the word postmodernism. Means yet to be joined now. Waiting.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what do you mean to say? Waiting now to join.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you try. Because I am not the admin, you allow them.
So, sir, can you please tell the RC?
No, no. So postmodernism, postmodern literature is a form of literature that is characterized by the use of metafiction. Postmodern literature is a form of literature that is characterized by the use of metafiction. So, how do you mean by metafiction? Metafiction means fiction in which the author self consciously alludes to the artificiality or literariness of a work by parodying. Parodying means produce a
Sir, please
humorously
repeat, sir.
exaggerated. Hello? Parodying. Parodying
So
means
please repeat, sir.
produce.
Its meaning, sir, again.
Metafiction means fiction in which the author self consciously alludes to the artificiality or literariness of a work by parodying or departing from novelistic conventions and traditional narrative technique. Parodying means produce a humorously exaggerated imitation. Parodying means PRODYING, produce a humorously exaggerated imitation of a writer, artist. That is to satirize. Means he parodied his friend's voice, means satirized. Well, so postmodern literature, so that postmodern is coming under this discussion in this unit. Postmodern literature is a form of literature that is characterized by the use of metafiction, unreliable narration, unreliable narration means unreliable narration means who, that you know the meaning of the word uh, unreliable means which is not reliable, and what is unreliable narration means narration or a narrator that is not trustworthy. Narration or a narrator that is not trustworthy, whose rendition of events must be taken with a grain of salt. Means that's not trustworthy or praiseworthy. So, unreliable narration, self-reflexibility, self-reflexibility. Again, just I'm reading and thereafter I will tell you the meaning of this word. Intersexuality, and which often thematizes both historical and political issues. Again, repeating, postmodern literature, postmodern literature is a form of literature that is characterized by the use of metafiction, unreliable narration, self reflexivity, intertextuality, intertextuality, and which often thematizes both historical and political issues. So you knew the meaning of the self metafiction, and also unreliable narration means that not praiseworthy narration, self reflexivity. Now know the meaning of the expression self reflexivity. Self-reflexivity means it is a literary device through which a piece of writing, it is a literary device through which a piece of writing draws attention to its manner and composition. It is a literary device through which a piece of writing draws attention to its manner and composition. That's the meaning of reflexivity. Intertextuality. So now listen the meaning of the word intertextuality. It is a general term. It is a general term used for a variety of situations in which a person is born without reproductive or sexual anatomy that doesn't fit the boxes of a female or male.
So
That is
person
the
after person, sir.
intersexuality, uh, intertextuality, and which a person is born without reproductive or sexual anatomy that doesn't fit the boxes of female or male. Okay, so and which often thematizes
Sir, it
thematize
is intertextuality or sexuality, sir?
no no textuality. So I
Okay,
just
sir.
wrongly interpreted this word. Okay.
Sir, is it T or S? I
Uh,
don't get it.
TEX, textuality,
Okay, thank you.
inter, TEXT. Okay, at the very
Sir, what
beginning,
is
just I,
intertextuality?
intertextuality. That's the activities between the text, intertextuality, text textuality, TEXTUALITY, and which often thematizes, gives both historical and political issues. Postmodernism uh, is a term of literary genre, that means a period and style that emerged in the second half of the 20th century. In a postmodernism definition, in a postmodernism definition, literature in a postmodernism literature takes on new qualities and characteristics that did not have in earlier decades. What you just witnessed in literature in postmodernism that you couldn't see prior to that. So postmodernist writers sought to undermine established literary um, sought to uh, undermine established literary conventions as a way of to explore their own intense feelings surrounding the major events that had occurred in the world during their lifetimes. Postmodernism literature, postmodernism literature indicates, hello, time is coming, Prasad,
Sir, it is Hari Prasad.
hello,
Sir, Hara Prasad, sir.
Har Prasad, Har Prasad. Okay, mute your mic. Postmodernism literature indicates a departure from earlier means earlier periods. Postmodernists attempted postmodernists attempted to express the deep to express the deep paranoia to express the deep paranoia deep that's paro No, yeah. Paranoia means
Sir, please, sir, spell the sir word, sir.
postmodernist attempted when tried to express the deep paranoia. Paranoia means
Sir, can
unjustified
you spell the word?
suspicion. Paranoia. Paranoia. Paranoia means unjustified. Paranoia means unjustified suspicion and mistrust of other people or their uh, actions. Unjustified suspicion and mistrust of other people or their actions. So, postmodernists attempted to express the deep paranoia and sense of meaninglessness that they felt as a result of the Second World War and other major historical events.
So that they failed.
Felt, AFELT, meaningless that they felt as a they felt as a result of the Second World War and other major historical events. Postmodern literature, postmodern literature is also considered psyche, is also considered psyche. Psyche means the human soul. PSYCHE, psyche. Psyche means the human soul. Postmodern literature is also considered an important exploration of the human psyche, means the human soul, mind, or spirit. The human soul, mind, or spirit. The human soul and a creative and unusual form of artistic expressions. Again, repeating, post modern literature is also considered an important exploration of the human psyche and a creative and unusual form of artistic expressions. Artistic expressions. To fully understand postmodernism, to fully understand or completely understand postmodernism, one must first be familiar with modernism in literature. One must be familiar with modernism in literature. Modernism was a literary and artistic movement. Modern Modernism was a literary and artistic movement that developed in the early decades of the 20th century. Okay, modernism was a literary and artistic movement that developed in the early decades of 20th century and was especially or primarily influential after the First World War. After the influence became very popular after the First World War. Modernists were dealing with a modernists were dealing with a rapidly changing and industrializing society. Modernists were dealing with a rapidly changing and industrializing society that seemed to lack many of the stable and predictable elements that
Sir, that seem to lack.
seemed to lack many of the stable and predictable elements that had once existed. Modernist works tended modernist works tended means aimed at tended to have a scattered or incoherent meaning means not coherent, incoherent meaning, and were often concerned with a lack of personal identity. Lack of personal identity. Okay, so that's it's all about to uh, modernism and modernist literature. Nice. Now, psychoanalysis, Freud and Lacan.
Sir, do you mean Freud? Freud?
Freud and Lacan. Freud, that pronunciation, British pronunciation, Freud and Lacan. Lacan. Psychoanalysis. So what is psychoanalysis? At first we have to understand the term psychoanalysis. You have to know the meaning of the word psychoanalysis. A system of psychological theory. Psychoanalysis means it's a system of psychological theory and therapy means treatment. Theory and therapy means treatment that aims to treat mental conditions by investigating the interaction of conscious and unconscious elements in the mind. That's
So please repeat,
treat
sir.
the psychoanalysis is a system of psychological theory and its treatment or therapy that aims to treat mental conditions by investigating the interaction of a conscious and unconscious elements in the mind. And psychoanalyst means a person who analyzes psychoanalysis, who treats that disease
After,
is
sir, after
called
investigate,
a person who uh, analyzes psychoanalysis, who treats these patients mentally
sir,
that
sir,
unconscious
after
people
investigating, sir.
by investigating the interaction of conscious and unconscious elements in the mind. Okay,
Sir,
that is
little
called
bit slow, sir.
that is called psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis means one who treats a person who analyzes psychoanalysis. So psychoanalysis, Freud and Lacan. So uh, just we are discussing now. Sure. That's Freud and Lacan both coined this term, that is psychoanalysis theory. Jacques Lacan, Jacques Lacan, a French psychoanalyst. Jacques Lacan, a French psychoanalyst. Psychoanalyst means the person who analyzes psychoanalysis. Okay, a French psychoanalyst and psychiatrist. Psychiatrist means that each a medical practitioner specializing in the diagnosis and treatment of mental illness. That is called psychiatrist. So Jacques Lacan, a French psychoanalyst and psychiatrist, made significant contributions to the field of critical theory, particularly in the areas of psychoanalysis, linguistics, and the study of the human subject. One of Lacan's main contribution to critical theory is his reinterpretation of the work of Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. He developed read the one of Lacan's main contribution to critical theory is his reinterpretation of the work of what Sigmund Freud wrote, that is just examined and again reinterpreted in his theory, that is called psychoanalysis theory. He developed a new approach to Lacan. That the Jacques Lacan and Sigmund Freud, both.
Sir, please repeat, sir, what was the main contribution of Lacan?
Uh, he reinterpreted the works of Sigmund Freud. What Sigmund Freud wrote, he just went through the writings of that particular person and again reinterpret it in his writing or theory. That is called Lacan's theory, psychoanalysis theory. He developed a new approach to psychoanalysis. Who? Lacan. Lacan developed a new approach, gave a new ideas to psychoanalysis known as structuralism, which emphasizes the role of language, and symbols in shaping human subjectivity. He argued that the human subject is formed through language and that the unconscious is structured like a language.
Sir, human
This
language is formed.
Can you repeat it slowly, please?
he argued. Who argued? Lacan argued. Lacan, that is Jacques Lacan, because now discussing psychoanalysis, Freud and Lacan both have given their opinion. So Lacan again re-examined the theory of Freud. Means examined, went through the writings of Freud and reinterpreted it in his theory. That is called psychoanalysis theory. It is known as structuralism, which emphasizes the role of language and symbols in shaping human subjectivity. He argued, means Lacan argued that the human subject is formed through language. The human subject is formed through language and that the unconscious is structured like a
Sir, formed or
language.
formed, sir? Sir, formed or
Formed,
formed, sir, it is.
formed, F-R-M-E-D. Not from, formed. Means shaped through, means we give it a new shape. Formed through language and that the unconscious is structured like a language. This idea had a great influence, that Lacan's idea or argument had a great influence on the development of a critical theory, especially or primarily in the areas of literary and cultural studies. In the areas of literary and cultural studies. Lacan also developed the concept of mirror stage. We'll discuss now. Lacan also developed the concept of Lacan also developed the concept of a mirror stage,
What is it, sir?
which describes mirror stage, mirror concept of the mirror stage, MIRROR, developed a theory called mirror stage. We'll discuss what is inside it. Lacan also developed the concept of the mirror stage, which describes the development of the sense, human subject's sense of a self through the reflection of the self in a mirror or other image. Means whenever you just come your head, you take the help of a mirror or you use mirror and see your that entire body, and it is being reflected through it, and you just try to know how do you look, how do you look. So subject sense of self through the reflection of the self in a mirror or other's image. He argued that the child, upon recognizing its own reflection, argued that the child, upon recognizing its own reflection, develops a sense of a self, and the formation of this self is a fundamental aspect of the human subject. This concept influenced many critical theories. This concept influenced many critical theories
Sir,
that
after reflection develops.
develops a sense of self, and the formation of this self is a fundamental aspect of the human subject. Aspect of the human subject. This concept, this concept influenced many critical theories that focus on the formation of identity and the role of representation in shaping subjectivity. In shaping subjectivity. In addition, in addition, Lacan also developed the concept of the big other, which refers to the symbolic order, a social structure that shapes human subjectivity through language and culture.
Sir, you are going, sir, fast, sir. Please slow, be slow, sir.
uh, which uh, refers to the which refers to the
Sir, in addition, after that, sir.
in addition, Lacan also developed the concept of the big order, which refers to the symbolic order, a social structure that shapes human subjectivity through language and culture. He believed that, Lacan believed that the big other is what gives meaning to human experience. He believed that the big other concept means big, just like mirror concept theory. So big other is what gives meaning to human experience, and that it is responsible for shaping and that it is responsible for shaping the human subject's sense of self. This concept is central to critical theories that focus on the role of a culture. This concept is central to critical theories that focus on the role of culture and society in shaping human subjectivity.
Sir, human shaping human.
Subjectivity. So, what are the main ideas of Lacan in psychoanalysis? What were the main ideas of Lacan in psycho? Just wait 2 to 3 minutes, and after we'll start.
Hello friends. If anybody feeling difficulty writing the what our sir is saying, please go to the setting and see the caption. There is a caption option, and click on that, and you get what sir is saying. You get everything written in on your cell phone. Thank you.
Where is the setting? Not able to get. Okay, okay, got it, got it.
Hello? Can anyone send me the uh, notes of yesterday, please? Because I was absent.
Yesterday, Tejas Kumar has written all the things. I think she was in the class, but she is absent today.
Yes, I joined late yesterday and I asked if anyone can send me the notes, but no one responded to my message.
If you contact Tejas Kumar, she can, I think, because she was from the beginning to end and writing all the notes.
Sir also give us notes after the class end. So,
Sir will give after the class. Today, I think the last class, and after the class, we'll tell sir about the notes. He will provide all sorts of notes.
And we'll ask him for the book's name also, something that we can refer to while framing our answers or preparing for the exam.
Sir told yesterday somebody asked about this, and sir told the IGNO books study materials that IGNO had sent to the students.
But we need to refer to something additional to in addition to that. So if you could just suggest the names of a few books, or maybe one
Well,
book which has.
well. Also books are available in the market. You just go through IGNO prescribed material, what IGNO has prescribed, and also except that also some other materials available in the market. Bookstores you may go and purchase, and okay, then you will get everything. So what are the main ideas of Lacan in psychoanalysis? Okay, so after the end of the today's class, in between 10 to 15 days, I will provide you the best of my ability just by going through different materials and collecting whatever till I have. Okay, also I will send everything step by step.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
One,
Sir,
two, three. Because you say I have not taught one, two, three, five only. That's four or six only five. So only five is to be sent to you. The notes of five that you are getting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
MP5 only, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh,
yes,
five,
sir.
five.
Because excuse me, sir, I am not in
Oh,
India, so I can't get these books. So if you send us these documents, I will appreciate it. Thank you.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I am for you. Oh, also will try that required. I will try and try. Okay. So, what are the main ideas of Lacan in psychoanalysis? What were the main ideas of Lacan in psychoanalysis? Jacques Lacan, a French, as earlier I told, French psychoanalyst and psychiatrist. Jacques Lacan is a French psychoanalyst, means who analyzes psychoanalysis, who treats as well as also treats mental patients. Okay, he also treats the unconscious and subconscious, conscious and unconscious state of the mind, and also treats the mental patients. So, a French psychoanalyst and psychiatrist developed several key ideas in psychoanalysis that have had a significant impact on the field. Some of his main ideas include structuralism. Now, just giving you some lines about structuralism, listen mindfully. Structuralism. Lacan developed Lacan developed a structuralist approach. Lacan developed a structuralist approach to psychoanalysis, which emphasizes the role of language and symbols in shaping human subjectivity. He argued that the unconscious is structured. He argued that the unconscious is structured like a language, and that it is shaped by the individual's experiences and interactions with language. That is socialism.
Sir,
Then
individual.
individuals' experiences and interactions
Sir,
with
after argue,
language.
sir, please repeat, sir. After argue, sir.
Yes, he argued that the unconscious is structured like a language and that it is shaped by the individual's experiences and interactions with language. Then the mirror stage. As earlier I told that he developed a theory called mirror stage. So now listen about that mirror stage. Lacan proposed the concept of the mirror stage. Lacan proposed the concept of the mirror stage. Lacan proposed the concept of the mirror stage, which describes the development of the human subject's sense of self through the reflection of the self in a mirror or other image. Again, repeating, the mirror stage defines. Lacan proposed the concept of the mirror stage. Lacan proposed the concept of the mirror stage, which describes the development of the human subject's sense of self, which describes the development of the human subject's sense of self through the reflection of the self in a mirror or other image. He argued that the child, upon recognizing its own reflection, he argued that the child, upon recognizing its own reflection, develops a sense of self, and that the formation of this self is a fundamental aspect of the human subject. Then the symbolic order. Then the symbolic order. Lacan
Sir,
introduced
sir, after human, sir, after human, please repeat.
uh, of the human, of the human. That's complete. Then next, the symbolic order. Lacan introduced Lacan introduced the concept of the symbolic order. Lacan introduced the concept of the symbolic order, which refers to the social structure, which refers to the social structure Lacan introduced the concept of the symbolic order, which refers to the social structure that shapes human subjectivity through language and culture. Through language and culture. He believed that, Lacan believed that the symbolic order is what gives meaning. He believed that the symbolic order is what gives meaning to human experience and that it is responsible for shaping the human subject's sense of self. Then the imaginary, next point, the imaginary means the main ideas of Lacan's psychoanalysis. Okay, the imaginary, the real, and the symbolic. The imaginary, the real, and the symbolic. Lacan proposed three registers of human experience. Lacan proposed three registers of human experience. The imaginary, the real, and the symbolic. Okay? That's three types of human experiences are there. Three types. The first type is the imaginary experience, second type is the real, and then the symbolic. Each one interconnected. Each one interconnected and together shape the human subject's experience. Each one interconnected and together shape the human subject's experience. The imaginary is the realm of images, the main subject of the images, main part. The imaginary is the realm of images, perceptions, and representations. The real is the realm of unconscious desires. Realm of unconscious desires and drives. And the symbolic is the realm of social relations, language, and culture. Understand? Again repeating, the imaginary is the realm of images, is the realm of images, perceptions, and representations. The real is the realm of unconscious desires and drives. And the symbolic is the realm of social relations, language, and culture. The concept of the lack. Lacan argued that human desire is motivated by a fundamental lack of desire for something that is missing. The concept of the lack, that's Lacan argued that human desire is motivated by a fundamental lack of desire for something that is missing. And this lack is at the core of human experience. Core of human experience. The concept of the lack, and finally, the concept of the other. Lacan introduced the concept of the other, which refers to the other person. Concept of the other means which refers to the other person, society, or culture that serves as a source of meaning and identity for the individuals. That serves as a source of meaning and identity for the individuals. Then what is Lacan's mirror stage theory? What is Lacan's mirror stage theory is a psychoanalytic concept. Lacan's mirror stage theory is a psychoanalytic concept. Psychoanalytic concept that describes the development of the human subject's sense of self. That describes the development of the human subject's sense of self. The theory was first introduced by Jacques Lacan. The theory was first introduced by Jacques Lacan in his article The Mirror Stage as formative of the function of the I. Function of the I. According to the theory, according to the theory, mirror stage theory, the child at around 6 to 18 months of age, according to this theory, the child at around 6 to 18 months of age recognizes itself in a mirror or other reflective surface This recognition of the self in the mirror is the mirror stage. Understand? According to the theory, are you listening?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
According to the theory, the child at around at around 6 to 18 months of age recognizes itself in a
So
mirror.
8 or 18 months.
18, 6 or 18 months. Around 6 to 18 months of age. 18, not 8, but 18 months of age. Means after 1 year, more than 1 year, months of age recognizes itself in a mirror or other reflective surface. This recognition of the self in the mirror is the mirror stage. Okay. At this stage, At this stage, the child recognizes that the image in the mirror is a representation of itself. At this stage, the child recognizes that the image in the mirror is a representation of itself, but it also recognizes that the image is separate from itself. The image is separate from itself. This recognition creates a sense of uh, separation, creates a sense of separation between the self and the image. Self and the image. Lacan argues that
Sir, after
Lacan,
separation,
self and the image. Lacan argues that this mirror stage is a formative experience. Lacan argues that this mirror stage is a formative experience in the development of the human subject's sense of self. The child's recognition of the image, the child's recognition of the image in the mirror is the first step in the formation of a sense of self. And it leads to the development of the ego or the I. Okay.
sir, after self, please repeat.
Of a sense of a self, and it leads to the development of the ego or the I. Ego means I, or I stand for the word ego. I did all the things. I am the man who is responsible for doing all these works. I
Sir,
have the
formative, the meaning of word formative.
formative means that formative sense of self. Man, that's formative means what inwardly you think. Okay, inward developments, formative.
Thank you, sir.
Summative, formative. Okay, inward development of a sense of self, and it leads to the development of the ego or I. I means I. I am the monarch of the state. I completed all this work. Without me, nothing can be done. Okay, uh, I'm the producer. I'm the director. I'm everything. Okay, that are ego. So what's happening is being done by me. Without me, others are meaningless. Okay. I am doing everything for them. The word I stands for ego, that inward thoughts within one's mind. Comment on Lacan's main contribution to comment on Lacan's main contribution to critical theory. Lacan's mirror stage theory has been influential in several fields of studies. Remember, and Lacan's mirror stage theory has been influential in several fields of studies. Similarly, several fields of studies, particularly in psychoanalysis. Lacan's mirror stage theory has been influential in several fields of studies, particularly in psychoanalysis, but also in fields such as philosophy, but also in fields such as philosophy, sociology, and literary and cultural studies. It has been used to explore, it has been used, It has been used to explore the development of the self, the formation of identity, the role of representation in shaping subjectivity, and the relationship between the self and the other. The self and the other. Okay. So that's all about Lacan's presentation, Lacan's mirror stage, and main contribution to Lacan's critical theory, and everything you knew about Lacan. Now Sigmund Freud's both psychoanalysis, and Sigmund Freud, 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 psychoanalysis and Sigmund Freud. So now we have to discuss that Sigmund Freud's theories. Sigmund Freud's theories. Freud's theories were enormously influential. Freud's theories were enormously influential but subject to considerable criticism both now and during his life. However, his however, his ideas have become interwoven into the however his ideas have become interwoven into the fabric of our culture with terms such as Eudian sleep, repression, and denial appearing regularly in everybody language. Freud's theories include Freud's theories include one. You see, uh, what do we find in Freud's theory? Important. Listen very mindfully. What do we what type of elements are there present in Freud's theory? One is just we'll elaborate, discuss with elaboration. The first one is unconscious mind, personality, life and death instincts, psychosexual development, mechanism of a defense. We'll discuss one by one. So, what is unconscious mind? That is Freud's theories. Sigmund Freud's theories include. In his theories, we come across these points or come across uh, these terms. See, so among the theory, the first one is unconscious mind. Now just listen to some lines of unconscious mind. This is one of his most enduring ideas. But Freud's most enduring idea is the unconscious mind, which is that the mind is a reservoir of thoughts. Means we keep many things in our mind from the very daybreak till the approaching of the evening, from the very dawn to dusk. Our mind is reservoir of thoughts, memories, and emotions that life outside the awareness of the unconscious mind. That life that lie outside the awareness of the conscious mind. That is unconscious mind. Then personality. Then personality. Freud proposed that personality was made up of three key elements. Remember, Freud, Freud proposed that personality was made up of three key elements. So, what are these three key elements? The ID, the ego, and the superego. Remember, personality was made up of three elements, three key elements. So, the number one is the ID, second the ego, and third the superego. Third the superego.
Sir, ID is ID, no, IND.
ID, huh? ID, then the ego and the superego. The ego is the conscious stage. Remember,
Sir, do you mean
the
ID? Do you mean identity?
identity. The ego is the conscious stage. The ego is the conscious state. The IT is the unconscious. And the superego, ID stands for unconscious. The ego is the conscious, remember. And the superego is the moral or ethical framework that regulates how the ego operates. And the superego is the or cultural moral or ethical framework that regulates how the ego operates. Then third one is that the third theory, because now just we are discussing the theories of Freud. What are the important points of Freud's theories? You knew at first unconscious mind, then personality, then third life and death instincts. Life and death instincts. Freud claimed that two classes of instincts. Freud claimed that two classes of inflicts instincts. Freud claimed that two classes of instincts, life and death, dictated human behavior. Life instincts, life instincts Life instincts include sexual procreation, survival, and pleasure. Death instincts include aggression, self-harm, and destruction. Again repeating, life instincts include sexual procreation, generation, survival, and pleasure. Life death instincts include aggression, self-harm, and destruction. Okay, now you know the difference between life instinct and death instinct. Death instincts, life is sexual procreation, survival, and pleasure. Death instincts include aggression, self-harm, and destruction. Very peculiar. Then psychosexual development. Then psychosexual development. That is the fourth point or term or theory of Freud in psychoanalysis.
Sir, today you will share notes? No. Hello, sir.
Okay, see, then uh, psychosexual development. Freud's theory of psychosexual development, that is the third theory. Third theory, first theory is unconscious mind. I also explained it 3 to 4 lines. Then personality also explained. Life and death instincts also explained. So now
Sir,
psychosexual
fourth point,
development.
sir. Fourth point.
Four psycho. So already three mentioned. Now four. Psychosexual development. Freud's theory of psychosexual development posits that there are 5 stages of growth in which people's personalities and sexual selves evolve. Freud's theory of psychosexual development posits that, means speaks that there are 5 stages of growth in which 5 stages of growth in which people's personalities and sexual selves evolve. These phases are the people's these phases are the oral stage, of, that's the oral stage, anal stage, phallic stage, latent stage, and genital stage. These phases are the oral stage, the anal stage, the phallic stage, the latent stage. Okay, all these are getting in psychosexual development. The latent stage and the genital. Genital means production. Genital stage means production at the time of whenever that woman gives birth, the offspring. Okay, that is called the genital stage. Then mechanisms of defense. That's the last point. Mechanisms of defect. Sorry, defense. Mechanism or mechanisms of defense. Pure suggested that people use defense mechanisms. Pure suggested that people use defense mechanisms to avoid anxiety. To avoid anxiety. Avoid anxiety. These mechanisms include displacement, repression, sublimation, and regression. Okay. So, what is mechanisms of defense? The Pure suggested that people use defense mechanisms to avoid anxiety. To avoid anxiety. These mechanisms include displacement, repression, sublimation, and regression. So, Sigmund Freud and psychoanalysis. Freud's ideas had such a strong impact on psychology that an entire school of thought emerged from his work. Psychoanalysis, psychoanalysis has had a lasting impact on both the study of psychology and the practice of psychotherapy. Psychoanalysis sought to bring unconscious in- information to conscious awareness in order to induce catharsis. Entire uh, Hume's ideas had such a strong impact on psychology that an entire school of thought emerged from his work. Psychoanalysis has had a lasting impact on both the study of psychology and the practice of psychotherapy. Psychoanalysis sought to bring unconscious information into conscious awareness in order to induce catharsis. Man, catharsis means that uh, change. Catharsis is an emotional release. Catharsis is an emotional release that may bring about relief from psychological distress. Means you are in psychological distress, then that word will bring relief or will lessen your burden. That is called catharsis. Research research has found that psychoanalysis can be an effective treatment. Psychoanalysis can be an effective treatment for a number of mental health conditions. The the self-examination that is involved in the therapy process can help people achieve long-term growth towards. Long term,
Self-examination is
the self-examination that is involved in the therapy process can help people achieve long-term growth and improvement. So uh, Freud's view of the unconsciousness will be our starting point. Will be our starting point. From this, we shall move to child psychology. Freud's view of the unconsciousness will be our starting point. From these, we shall move to the child psychology, sexuality, and the interpretation of dreams. Freud believed that, means Sigmund Freud believed that the larger part of the individual's mental performance, Freud believed that the larger part of the individual's mental processes were unconscious. On account of the powerful taboos, a number of the theme came to be repressed. That is actively excluded, that actively excluded, that actively excluded from conscious awareness. At the same time, there are a number of At the same time, there are a number of things in our mental makeup on which we do not have much conscious control. Also became many unconscious processes also became latent soon after being conscious for a short period. Freud came upon a method of analysis in which patients should say whether they came to their mind regardless of how seemingly meaningless it was. Freud's special interest was in patients. Freud's special interest was in patients with neurotic symptoms, means pertaining to brain, neurotic symptoms, which pointed the unsolved, unresolved, which pertaining to the unresolved conflicts between their unconscious inclination or feeling and the repressive demands of the ego. Demands of the ego. That brings us the three psychic zones as they were spectacle. That they were uh, left out by Freud. These are the ego, the idea, and the superego. As earlier I discussed, what is ego, what is superego, and what is identity. Okay. So in this way, and child psychology and sexuality are among important aspects of Freud's thoughts. Child psychology and sexuality are among important aspects of Freud's thought. We now uh, come to Freud's ideas about the interpretation of dreams. Interpretation of dreams. We shall stick to only the essentials of his work in this area. A dream is seen by few as a disguised fulfillment of a suppressed or repressed wish. Remember, English, a dream is seen by few. A dream is seen by few as a as a disguised fulfillment of a suppressed or a repressed wish. In that sense, it comes to be a kind of compromise between compromise between the demands of the and intensify impulses and intensity of the various repressing forces, which are needs to be kept in our mind.
Intensity of various?
Intensity of the various repressing forces, which needs to be kept in our here mind here. It is that dreams are only one part of our access to the unconscious. Dreams, we see whenever we are not
Kept
conscious,
in our
means
mind? Sir, kept in our mind?
dreams are only one part of our access to the unconscious. Pure stress that the interpretation of dreams is the royal road. You stressed that the interpretation of the dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. In that sense, the dream is only an extended study of the conscious. In that sense, the dream is only an extended study of the conscious, and at the same time an argument for the unconscious. Okay. So in these ways, nothing more to be say conclude. We concluded today's also the session. That is the ongoing discussion with full intention. That is contemporary theory of literature. Okay. So you see, so it's my that attention to all. Attention, please. Now we came to an end, and after that, just in between 10 to 15 days, I will try for you what's required. Okay, that the needful activities I am providing to all of you, keeping your examination into account. Very shortly, I am giving you phase-wise, not all in one day. Not all in one day, but phase-wise, as I have been dealing with you, that MEG-5, that is literary criticism and theory. So accordingly, phase-wise, I am providing you what's required and making
Hello,
you
sir.
fit.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. You will provide the notes of block 1 to 8
Group.
separately or at a time?
Now, phase-wise, suppose today something, tomorrow something. So in these ways, not all in one day, not everything what that's from 1 to 8 in
Ji,
a
sir.
day. Because I am preparing,
Sir,
and also after that, I am giving. Okay.
where you will send? You will send in WhatsApp group, sir.
WhatsApp. After the preparation, I will send you through your group.
Sir, but you are not in the group, so how you will send us?
No, sir is in that group. Actually, sir is in that group.
Sir is in
Group,
the group?
group.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
yes, he
Sir
is
is
okay.
there in the
one
group.
one of the admin.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, sir is one of the admin. The Krishna picture, na, it's there 93377. That is sir. One of the admins is sir.
Okay, 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 sir.
Okay.
We will wait for your notes.
Okay, thank you. So Pejwas, I am sending
Sir,
and making you ready for your
sir, good evening, sir.
hello ensuing exam. Hello,
Hello.
speak.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, actually, today's class is actually I was traveling, so that's why I didn't. I couldn't listen on the lecture, sir. So, is it possible that you can provide me the online, that mean audio clips of this session?
Okay, so what's your name?
Sir, Supriya.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, thank you all. So don't be sorry and sorry. Okay, we were Cherry and Mary. Have a patience and confidence. So later on, slowly and gradually, I am providing you everything. Okay. Till that, take care
Thank
of.
you,
Thank you
Okay,
so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
sir. Okay, sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Thank
sir.
you,
sir.
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
night, sir.
Have a good night.
Mother.
Thank you, sir.
Good day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It is your last class, so bye, friends.
Good luck for you all. I hope you got all of you get the 90s in MEG-5.
Hello.
Thank you, Master.
Actually,
I
Nrsimha sir was speak very fast, so that it hard to copy the letter, copy the total text, and it's really difficult to write very fast.
Yes, I have some notes, but I don't think you will understand my handwriting, because I am writing in cursive. This is why.
Actually, that actually I have the same problem. I write all those things, but it was very fast. Even I cannot understand my handwriting.
Me too. I have the same problem. I have some missing missing information in each meeting. So I'm always looking for these notes, and even these recorded classes, I couldn't download them. So I couldn't even yeah, write what is missing. This is why I was
Mazda,
asking if someone has some notes of yesterday. At least can he just, yeah, send it to me?
Mazda, Mazda, did you have the recording classes of that that Nrsimha sir
No,
already told?
whenever I open this, it's not uploading.
The recording classes is in the drive.
Yes, it's not uploading in on my.
Yesterday I
Yes,
uploaded,
Yutra, but I have this
sir.
problem.
Yesterday I uploaded
Yes, Yutra, you
the
did it,
recording.
but the problem is with my laptop. Whenever I click on that, I want to upload it. It's not uploading, so I couldn't even see the meeting or hear it. So this is why I keep asking for notes. At least I can get some information. So this is why. Sorry to be like nagging, looking for information, but because I couldn't even see the recordings.
Okay, bye, friends. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.
All the best.
Hello. Hello, Mazda.